Let us go with one more chapter. The chapter name is Ammonia. Now in ICC questions we can get this type of questions. Question number 1. On the basis of laboratory preparation of ammonia, ammonia को जब हम laboratory preparation करते हैं उसके अनुसार उसके आधार पर प्रश्न पूछा जाता है. तो पहला प्रश्न है नेम द रिएक्टेंट. क्या रिएक्टेंट्स लिया जाता है लेबोरेटरी प्रिपरेशन में, उसको हमें लिखना है, सिर्फ उसे लिखना है. तो आपको लिखना है अमोनियम क्लोराइड और कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड. इसको आप सिंबल, इसको मॉलिक्यूलर फॉर्मूला में भी लिख सकते हैं या ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं. जितना पूछा गया है आपको केमिस्ट्री में बस आपको उतना ही उत्तर देना है. नंबर 2 रिएक्शन. अब वहां पर क्या रिएक्शन होती है, केमिकल रिएक्शन क्या होती है. अब केमिकल रिएक्शन लिखते वक्त आपको ध्यान में रखना है कि केमिकल रिएक्शन कंप्लीट होने के बाद आपको इसे बैलेंस करना है. आपको अगर आप यदि बैलेंस नहीं करते हो तो आपको यहाँ पर मार्क्स कट जाती है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 है, पूछा जाता है हाउ टू गेट ड्राई अमोनिया. ड्राई अमोनिया कैसे पाया जा सकता है. इसको एक अलग चैम्बर से हम गुजारेंगे जिस चैम्बर पर आपको क्विक लाइन रहना है ताकि आपको यहाँ पर ड्राई अमोनिया प्राप्त कर सकते हैं. अदर ड्राइंग एजेंट्स आर नॉट यूज्ड. दूसरे ड्राइंग एजेंट्स यूज नहीं किया जाता है. आपको एटलीस्ट 2 एग्जांपल्स दिखाना है. तो 2 और जो ड्राइंग एजेंट्स है जैसे कि सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड है, फास्फोरस पेंटाऑक्साइड है, एनहाइड्रस कैल्शियम क्लोराइड है. इसे इसलिए यूज नहीं किया जाता है क्योंकि अमोनिया जो है बेसिक है, ये क्या करता है इनसे रिएक्ट हो जाती है. तो आपको ये रिएक्शंस दिखाना है. 2NH3 plus H2SO4 gives ammonium sulfate and calcium chloride plus कोई भी 2 रिएक्शंस आपने यहाँ पर पूछा हुआ है. तो calcium chloride plus 4NH3 gives calcium chloride dot 4NH3. Next question is how it is collected and why. It is collected by downward displacement of air. Why? Because it is lighter than air and it is highly soluble in water. So it is not collected over water. Next question comes why calcium hydroxide is used. As usual it is cheap and not deliquescent like other alkalis. Next question, ammonium nitrate and ammonium NH4NO2 is not used. Why? Because they decompose on heating and you have to give the full reactions. So this is on the basis of laboratory preparation of ammonia. Just get practice throughout this type of questions. One more question is from ammonia chapter. The question is, the following questions is based on the manufacture of ammonia. So the very first A, name the process. So you have to write down the process name is Haber's process. Already you have done. Then write reactants in ratio. So the reactants are, we know that nitrogen and hydrogen are the main reactants. So their ratio is 1:3. You write in this way. Then the sources of reactants means from where we get nitrogen gas. It is obviously from the fractional distillation of liquid air, and hydrogen gas is from water gas, that is from Bosch's process. Next, the reaction that occurs in the process is nitrogen plus 3H2 is a reversible reaction. You have to mention in this way, plus 2NH3 plus heat is produced. Next question is, under what conditions do the reactants combine? Here the temperature should be optimum, that is 450 to 500 degrees Celsius. Pressure should be above 200 atmospheric pressure. Catalyst finely divided iron is required, and the promoter is used as traces of molybdenum or Al2O3. Here, what is the rate of conversion? Here, actually, the rate of conversion is 15% of the reacting gas gets converted into ammonia. Next, since the 15% was produced, so how can this percentage formation be increased? It can be increased to 98% by recirculating unreacted nitrogen and hydrogen. Mention 2 possible ways by which ammonia produced is removed from unchanged gases. We know that by liquefaction ammonia can be easily liquefied, and number 2, absorbing water, it is highly soluble in water. Next, low temperature is favored. Why? Because the reaction is exothermic. In the initial stage we have seen that. And the high pressure favors. Why? It favors the forward reaction, since the 4 volumes of reactants produce only 2 volumes of product. burning of ammonia in oxygen. See here, when ammonia burns in oxygen, it produces nitrogen and water. That means what? It gives with a greenish yellow flame. Next, on the basis of catalytic oxidation of ammonia, what is the reaction? So this is a very important question. The reaction, you have to write this too. Okay. Then you have to write down the observation. Reddish brown vapors of nitrogen dioxide is seen due to the oxidation of NO. Now, due to the oxidation of this nitrogen dioxide, that is the reddish brown vapor. Here this reddish brown vapor is observed. Also, the platinum continues to glow, showing that it's an exothermic reaction. Write your observation. When ammonia gas is passed over heated copper oxide, you can see here it gets reduced, isn't it? That means the black copper oxide is reduced to reddish brown copper. So reddish brown copper, you have to give the full equation as well. In the same process, when ammonia gas is passed over heated lead monoxide, that is lead monoxide, we know that it is yellow in color. It changes into grayish metallic lead. That means this is the grayish metallic lead. You have to mention this properly if this type of question appears in your exam. So one more type of question also appears in exam, but most of the students, they often never do such type of questions. See here, magnesium nitrate, here A is given here B and C, NH4Cl. So what you have to complete and balance it. See, when magnesium nitrate gets reacted with water, it forms magnesium hydroxide plus ammonia. Next, here for this reaction, when we add with chlorine, we get ammonium chloride plus nitrogen. Then again it's a reversible reaction. So when ammonium chloride is again acted upon with calcium hydroxide, we get calcium chloride plus H2 plus NH3. Such type of question you must practice. This question is from the previous chapter. So here how to solve this. Say here sodium chloride to HCl. So sodium chloride to HCl means we are adding sulfuric acid. So it produces NaHSO plus HCl. Now from HCl to zinc chloride. So adding Zn to HCl, we are taking HCl here. Zn plus HCl gives zinc chloride plus hydrogen. Then again HCl to AgCl. So when we HCl on adding with AgNO3, then we get AgCl plus HNO3. Again from HCl to MnCl2. That means here what should be? It should be MnO2. It should be MnCl2. Means we are adding here MnO2 and we are getting MnCl2. Again from HCl to sodium chloride. So when we are using sodium hydroxide, we are getting sodium chloride. In this way, you have to use the diagrammatic equations in your board exams.